Nation is back. The most popular live interactive test on British television. Tonight, it's your chance to see how much you know about popular music. From rock to pop, from chart toppers to all-time favourites. And the other big question, will you do better than our studio groups? The Barmaids. The Elvis Impersonators. The Civil Servants. The Dancers. The Dentists. And indeed, can you beat the Personal Trainers? Now, please welcome your hosts, Anne Robinson and Philip Schofield.
Atmosphere in here, and tonight it's all about music, and anyone thinking they're short of musical knowledge, worry not. This is for everyone and anyone who's ever heard or listened to popular music, been to a musical or watched television. Whatever your age, there's bound to be something for you. Believe me, tonight there are some fantastic sounds to be heard. We're going to have a ball.
Well, the Elvis impersonators think they're going to know it all, of course, because they believe that their hero is the king of music. But they may find they have their work cut out to beat some of our other groups here in the studio. And if indeed you are joining in from home, then you'll know from previous shows that we track you. If you are playing online and via your mobile, let me remind you how you can take part. If you're using pen and paper, you can download the scorecard from our website, which is at the bottom of the screen now, or use the scorecard from today's newspaper. It looks like that. If you would like to do the test online, please log on to our site as soon as possible, bbc.co.uk/testthenation. And if you want to do the test digitally, then press the red button and follow the on-screen instructions.
There's one more way to do the test, so there's no excuse for not taking part. That's using your mobile. Get it ready and we'll tell you how to send us your answers in a few minutes. We also hope to talk to the highest scorer on the web or mobile. You often, do better at home than our groups here. No cheating, though, and we'll also be checking out, as usual, which part of the country does best.
It's time now, though, to introduce the shyest of our groups, our celebrities. They always seem more nervous than the rest of the studio put together, so give them a big and encouraging welcome, please.
Pop star, promoter and TV presenter, Nicky Chapman. Actor and winner of Celebrity Fame Academy, Will Mellor. Dynamic actress and comedian Gina Yashere. EastEnder and Strictly Come Dancing star Christopher Parker. Feisty Cilla Brown from Coronation Street alias Wendy Peters. Former minister, now businessman and broadcaster David Mellor. Double Olympic gold medalist, sailor Shirley Robertson. And last but very much not least, weather supremo Michael Fish.
A great lineup. Now, I suspect plenty of us think, given the chance, that if push came to shove, we could perform as well as any famous pop star. This might or might not make you change your mind.
Searches of the truth. Every man's a boy deep down. Gotta say it how you mean it. There ain't no resistance.
I'm running up that road. I'm running up that hill. No problem. I remember playing him up. Rolling the ball, rolling the ball. Two.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. I can't hide all the right romantic lines. Those romantic lines. You see me once,
It's a pleasure to have you here. The second gold medal, the one you got at Athens. Can we have a look at it?
I've got both of them here tonight.
Oh, you've got both? The
I'm
one
very
from
proud
Sydney.
of them.
Because I know everyone will be thrilled, I want to have another look at those last closing moments of the race, which are fantastic. Can you take us through it? Can you see it there? What's happening?
What's happening? This is us just coming into the finish, and we're flying the Spinnaker. And
Did you know you'd won at this point?
Well, we weren't entirely sure because we had to kind of add up the points from all the races, but we were pretty sure. Yeah, it was quite stressful. And I think you might see us jump in next.
Really? Was it cold?
Yeah. No.
Oh!
It's wonderful.
Unforgettable. Were you listening to any music during the race?
Not during the race, but we would always, when we were training in the gym, we would listen to music. My favourite was always Bat Out of Hell. Personal trainers like that. Gets your heart rate going, that's for sure.
And that's what you play on board if you're sailing?
Well, we'd have to play Rule Britannia, wouldn't we?
Yes, indeed. Lovely to have you here. Nikki, welcome.
Thank you.
Very popular. Now, you're a very important part of the music industry, but have you ever been tempted to sort of perform like Alan Partridge?
No, definitely not. I mean, he makes me sound great, you know, but no, I would just really wouldn't do it. I work with amazing people who've got amazing talent. I know I haven't. My place is behind the camera.
OK. Michael, nice to have you here. I hear there's been a record written about you, is that right? Or a song?
There was, several years ago now, a couple of punk artists, actually. And the thing I remember most about it is the chorus, because it says, I wish I was like Michael Fish, cute and cuddly, and quite a dish.
Let's have a look at it. Quite a fetching earlier look of Michael Fish there.
I've aged well.
Yes, you have. Gina, anyone written a song for you?
Oh, I wish. I heard that Freddie Mercury's song, somebody told me that his Big Bottom Girls track was actually meant as a tribute to... I wasn't born yet, but, you know, it was the shape of things to come.
Yeah.
And I ain't showing you what it looks like either. I'm very upset. I thought we were going to be sitting behind the desk. I'm gutted. And now I've got to hold my stomach in for 2 hours.
Did you do lots of songs as a child?
I did lots of rapping with my younger brother. We made records and we thought we were going to be the original gangster rappers, and then my mum taped over all the stuff we made.
Philip.
Now, as well as our fantastic and very brave celebs, we have two experts. Britain's most famous voice coach, the man who has trained top British singers from S Club 7, the Spice Girls, Take That, to Will Young. Please welcome David Grant. Performer, presenter and award-winning radio DJ, Lauren Laverne. Welcome, both of you. David, why should people care about the tests?
Well, because we're a nation of music lovers, OK? And everybody has a piece of music that's, at least one, that's significant to them, that if they hear it, it'll take them back to a sight, a sound, a place, a memory. And also, people kind of think they know a bit about music. And a test like this really shows who knows from who doesn't. And what's great about it is you don't have to scream in frustration at the TV screen like you may have done in the past. You can actually get involved. This is the biggest interactive music quiz ever in Britain, so people who think they know stuff can actually say, oh, I know better than them, and take part in it.
Well, Lauren, your radio programme appeals to younger listeners, so how do they stand on the golden oldies?
The classics. They love them, Philip. Absolutely. You know, I mean, we have half an hour on my show every day that we dedicate to older stuff. We get just as many requests for, you know, the Kinks and the Doors and, you know, things like that as we do for sort of more modern stuff. You know?
We have got some fantastic clips this evening, some brilliant clips. Now then, let's see whether our groups in the studio here are ready for the challenge. They may keep us cool, doling out the drinks in the pubs and clubs across the land, but how cool will they remain under test conditions tonight? The Barmaids! Sing in the bath or on their way to work. Can they amaze us tonight with their musical knowledge? The Civil Servants! They may know all the words to Hound Dog or Blue Suede Shoes. But is that the limit of their musical abilities? The Elvis Impersonators! Toe tapping is one thing, dance routine's another, but will they remember the names and faces of all those that make the music? The Dancers! And encourage us to follow suit. But is that as far as their knowledge goes? The Personal Trainers! Scary, actually. And finally, they may be experts with drills and things, but does that deafen them to the sound of music? Our dentists!
OK, we're just about ready to start. The test is in 5 sections, 70 questions as usual, 4 possible answers, A to D each time. And as always, you have to have a go at each question or your scores won't add up. But please don't expect to get everything right. Those doing the test on their mobiles, this is how you take part and receive your scores. Use a blank message page for each section, switch off the predictive texting, type in the letter answer for each question in either upper or lowercase, and at the end of each section, I'll give you a phone number to text your answers to. The messages are charged at your usual rate. Right, everyone, get your pencils, handsets, computers, mobiles ready. Test the Nation's popular music test is about to begin. OK, section 1 is indeed Thank You for the Music. It begins with some clips of songs, all from the same decade. You need to guess which decade, so listen carefully. 10 seconds to answer each of these 4 questions. Question 1.
Stick. It's nice to be a lunatic. Hit me, hit me, hit me.
I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. And I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
OK, question 1. These were all hits in which decade? The 60s, which is A, B, the 70s, C, the 80s, D, the 90s.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Come on without, come on within, you'll not see nothing like the mighty Queen. Come back, baby, come back, baby, come back, baby, come back.
Question 2. These were all hits in which decade? The 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s.
Did you see me on the video? Oh no. Did you see me on the video? Oh no. So if you like me, let me know. Let me in the studio. I got 21 seconds before I got to go.
Question 3. These were all hits in which decade? A, the 70s, B, the 80s, C, the 90s, D, the 2000s.
make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is.
Because baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder.
Question 4. These were all hits in which decade? The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or the 2000s? Okay, barmaids, you were joining in. Everyone's joining in. Do you know what? You're in the lead. Isn't it sweet? The civil servants have mostly come the blokes with their ties on. And you were joining in. That's really nice. That's quite funky. Those questions to get you in the mood. Next, some lyrics. Some you'll be matching the words to the songs. Others you'll be filling in the missing words. 6 questions, 15 seconds to answer each one. Question 5. I took the and did it my way. What's the missing word? Blows, blame, cash, or road? Question 6. Oh, what fun we had, but did it really turn out bad? Who had such fun? Squeeze, Dr. Hook, Madness, or the Specials? Question 7. I met her in a club down Old Soho where you drink champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. Who was Ray Davis of the Kinks meeting? Was it Gloria, Victoria, Lola, or Diana? Question 8. My breath smells of 1,000 fags and when I'm drunk I dance like. What are the missing words? I'm mad, I'm bad, a lad, me dad. Question 9. According to James Brown's first hit single, Papa's got a brand new what? Wife, bag, shack, or bike? Question 10. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. These lyrics are from which song? The drugs don't work, I get a kick out of you, Satisfaction, or Heartbreak Hotel? Can you hear those Elvis guys? Any excuse? Now, the last part of this section, be quiet. I knew it was going to get out of hand. The last part of this section is about people who inspired songs. 6 questions, 15 seconds to answer each. Question 11. Who did Stevie Wonder write Happy Birthday about? Nelson Mandela, John F. Kennedy, Michael Jackson, Martin Luther King? Question 12. Layla, Something and Wonderful Tonight were all inspired by whom? Pattie Boyd, Marianne Faithfull, Jane Asher, or Cilla Black? Thank you.
What a life to take, what a bond to break, I'll be missing you.
Question 13. P. Diddy recorded I'll Be Missing You as a tribute to which rapper? Tupac Shakur, Notorious B.I.G., Jam Master Jay, or Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
And he painted matchstock men and matchstock cats and dogs. He painted kids on the corner of the street.
Question 14. Which artist inspired Matchstalk Men and Matchstalk Cats and Dogs? Was it Henry Moore, David Hockney, L.S. Lowry or Tracy Emin?
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better.
15. Who was the inspiration for Hey Jude? Was it Julie Andrews, Judy Garland, Julian Lennon or Judy Finnegan?
We were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Question 16. Who was the inspiration for Don McLean's hit American Pie? Elvis Presley, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison or Buddy Holly? And that's the end of the first section. Everyone in the studio is really enjoying themselves. They're joining in every number. I hope you're doing the same at home. Here's the number for those doing the test on mobiles. You should have 16 letters. Send them now to 07797 808 500, and the number's coming up at the top of the screen in case you've missed it. Philip.
We've just had the news that only 12 people in the studio so far have got everything right. That might be a bit higher than that, actually. Funnily enough, I thought one of them might have been Lynn O'Neill, barmaid from London, because you were singing every single word to every single song.
Well, I probably didn't get them all right, but...
What song brings back memories for you?
UB40, I think. Chrissie Hynde.
Yeah?
I Got You, Babe.
And what about a particular occasion that has musical memories?
Well, that song goes back to my wedding day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why would that be?
Well, I didn't want traditional...
No, you wait for the story.
I didn't want anything too traditional.
Yeah.
And music's very important in my life, and so with my husband as well. So we chose 3 songs that we could go down the aisle to and do all the signing of the register and stuff.
You carefully chose the songs.
Yeah, I did all the timing, the walk down the aisle, walking
Put the
back
tape
out
together
of the...
yourself,
Put the tape together. And unfortunately, on the day, my husband took the wrong tape with him. I was gutted.
What did he bring?
Well, we ended up... I Got You, Babe. No, that was... Sorry,
no,
I got that wrong.
No, it was Rod Stewart.
Do you think I'm sexy?
Yeah. Did you forgive him?
We've been together 14 years, so I mention it now and again.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
he's going to be thrilled he mentioned it. Yeah. Good luck tonight. Jenny Lau is over here with our personal trainers, and she also has a song that brings back some sort of personal memories, haven't you, Jenny? Yeah, what's your song?
Paul Simon, 50 Ways to Leave a Lover.
And why would that be?
Every time I've broken up with a boyfriend, it's always been playing on the radio.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. How many times would that be?
7.
Are you the dumper or the dumpee?
Bit of both.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you say? You know, sort of nip out the back, Jack? Make any plans, Jack? You don't need to be coy, Roy.
I have dropped off the key and set myself free a few times.
Have you really? Good luck to you this evening. And we're going to track... We'll be tracking Lynn and Jenny to see how they do, because, of course, this test is across the generations, so we'll also be tracking some family groups. And among our Elvis impersonators, we've got Grandpa Schmelvis, we've got Elvis Schmelvis, and Brother Schmelvis. Yeah, hello. There are apparently some baby Schmelvises as well, but they couldn't get in this evening. They were too small. Among the civil servants, the Coles, father, stepmother and daughter, who've notched up over 40 years in the civil service between them, so we'll see how all of them do this evening. And, of course, we've got 2 dentists here. We've got Graham Pyle and Chris Pyle. We're keeping an eye on your scores this evening. You are really quite competitive in the dentistry industry. Is that who pulls out the most teeth in one day?
No, not quite in dentistry, but all through our lives we've been competitive in sports and things like that. Yeah.
So who thinks that they're going to win this evening out of the 2 of you?
I am.
Oh, right, OK. Well, Chris will be very pleased to know that he's actually in the lead at the moment. Oh. Annie.
Thanks, Philip. Christopher, the new Fred Astaire. What song brings back memories for you?
I reckon it's probably that Boyz II Men one, that really cheesy one, because we had a Leavers disco, I think, in junior school, and it was the last song they played and everyone was in tears. I wasn't, but everyone else was in tears, and it was kind of like the last step before senior school, so that's what brings back memories.
OK. Now, audience, do we think his singing is better than his dancing or the other way round?
Don't do this to me.
I'm going to do it to you. Christopher dancing.
Do you know what? I've forgotten how it goes now. Do you know what? I knew that I'm never going to get rid of that, ever.
Wonderful.
It's going to haunt me forever.
Will, there's a song that you're very much associated with that you remember from when you were 11. Important?
Oh, yeah. I was watching it tonight, actually. Grease. I used to know every word to Grease. I still do. I loved it. And my sister... It was my sister's wedding on her birthday, and I was 11 years old, and the DJ put it on, this Grease, You're the One That I Want. And my sister, we used to always do it, so we got on the stage and nicked the mic off him. And we sang it, we mimed it. And then I got into an agency because of it, and sort of that's how it started.
That's the start of your performing career?
Yeah, miming to John Travolta.
Very important indeed.
Very.
David Miller, what song brings back memories for you?
Well, quite a lot you wouldn't want to talk about on a show like this, but what about... but one we might, since we're ingratiate ourselves with the Elvis impersonators, who I said would win this competition till I saw them.
Once a politician!
Till I saw them. But anyway, the Can't Help Falling in Love. It's the only
I
song...
love that, too.
The only song I've ever dared do in a karaoke competition. Many thousands of miles away from here, I've got to tell you.
You're going to... Just to give it just a minute. You can join in. You can join in when he gets going. You're going to sing.
OK, I'll get going, but I never had the requisite throb.
Don't make excuses.
The throb was what you have to have.
Come on,
I'm sure
David.
these boys have got throb. Wise men say only fools rush in, for I can't help falling in love.
Wendy, who's so horrid to Chesney and worse to the dog in Coronation Street.
That dog hates me.
Is there a song that brings back memories for you?
Yeah, I suppose mine's quite sickly and cheesy, and I was working doing the musical Hello, Dolly, and I met my husband, and we've been together 16 years now.
Oh, lovely. Congratulations. That's
Well, obviously, we heard David singing there from the heart, but are the songs now written from the heart, or is it all down to commercialism, David?
I actually think that when people... I hear a lot of people say, you know, songs today are too commercial and the rest. I think you've got to remember, songs have always been commercial. You know, when great writers of the past used to write, they wrote because they wanted people to record them and they wanted the maximum number of people to hear them. But there is a whole new wave in British music at the moment of new artists coming through who I don't think are writing songs that are particularly commercial, and they are writing from the heart. And, you know, I think that that's a really healthy thing.
So what then, in that case, Lauren, is the ingredient, the important ingredients for a hit single, for a good song?
Well, I think if you want to make it memorable, an irritatingly catchy tune always helps. So something that you can't get out of your mind for days and days and days. But I mean, it depends. I think sometimes you have you can have a song where there's an event that happens in the world that suddenly makes that song appropriate, and then everybody starts to remember. Like if anybody hears "Candle in the Wind" now, everybody always thinks of Princess Diana straight away. Whereas and that happened just a couple of days after she died. Whereas before then, it sort of wouldn't have conjured up those memories. So what makes a song sort of memorable or stick in the mind varies from person to person. But if you have a song that gets attached to a kind of universal memory like that, then that's quite a powerful thing,
OK, all right, thank you. Annie?
Thanks. We're on to section 2.
There's no business like show business like no business I know.
Yeah, you've guessed, the heading is There's No Business Like Show Business, and we begin with songs or theme tunes linked to television programmes. Listen to the tune and then answer the question. 5 questions, 15 seconds for each.
But here's the one that's driving me berserk. Why do only fools and horses work? La 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 la.
OK, 17. Who sang the theme to Only Fools and Horses? David Jason, John Sullivan, Nicholas Lyndhurst or Ian Dury? Question 18. Who wrote Handbags and Glad Rags, the theme music to The Office? Mike Darbo, Rod Stewart, Cat Stevens or Kelly Jones? Question 19. Which musician had a hit with a reworking of the Blue Peter theme? Was it Jean-Michel Jarre, Andrew Lloyd Webber, Peter Gabriel or Mike Oldfield? Question 20. The title song to Friends was performed by which band? The Rembrandts, Savage Garden, They Might Be Giants or Wheatus?
Anyone can fall in love, but you must make the love last forevermore.
Question 21. Which cast member had a hit with a version of the EastEnders theme tune? Was it Wendy Richards, Anita Dobson, Martine McCutcheon or June Brown? Dentists, are you confident? Very confident? Fantastically confident? You're second bottom at the moment. And our wonderfully colourful dancers. I'm not sure, where are the dancers? Do we know? I think you could do a little better because you're last. We're moving on to screen themes. 5 questions, 15 seconds per question. Question 22. For which film was Simon and Garfunkel's Mrs. Robinson written? Was it Midnight Cowboy, The Graduate, Shampoo or Swiss Family Robinson? Question 23. Which band had a hit with the Rocky III theme Eye of the Tiger? Foreigner, Heart, Roxanne or Survivor? Question 24. Moon River won an Oscar in 1961. From which Audrey Hepburn film did it come? Breakfast at Tiffany's, My Fair Lady, Roman Holiday or Funny Face? Question 25. Which of these Bond themes was not originally performed by Shirley Bassey? Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, Moonraker, Live and Let Die? Question 26. In which film did Fred and Ginger dance cheek to cheek? Top Hat, Flying Down to Rio, Shall We Dance, or Swing Time? Something for everyone, even for the civil servants. And you know, there's tax collectors there, court officials, MOD officials, and even one without a tie, one of the blokes. He's from the Department of Sport and Belly Dancing, aren't you? On to musicals. Watch the clip and answer the question. 6 of them, 15 seconds each. Question. Summer Nights from Greece reached #1 in which year? Was it 1977, 1978, 1979, or 1980? Question 28. Who wrote the music for Circle of Life from the current West End musical The Lion King? Was it Elton John, Mike Batt, Brian May, or Smokey Robinson?
For the people all said beware, you're on a heavenly trip. Beware. People all said beware, beware, you'll scuttle the ship. And the devil will drag you under, for the fancy tie round your wicked throat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Question 29. Those singers in Guys and Dolls make a living as what? Salvation Army workers, debt collectors, gamblers, or journalists?
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl. And all that jazz.
Question 30. Where is the musical Chicago largely set? Theatre, brothel, prison, or casino?
It's just a jump to the left. With your hands on your hips.
So, question 31. What is that famous dance from the Rocky Horror Show called? The locomotion, the time warp, the mashed potato, or the twist? Question 32. These dancers from West Side Story are celebrating being where? Puerto Rico, America, Cuba, or Mexico? Those texting, here's a new number for the answers to the second section. You should have 16 letters ready to go. The number is 07797 808 600.
Now, just before we leave musicals, have a look at this classic clip and tell me who performed the original routine. Dancers, I'll be asking you. Have a look at this. Then, who did the original?
Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly, of course it was. There was only one person, we think, who actually performed Singing in the Rain here in the studio, and it's Lee Boocock, who at the moment you've got 22 out of 32, Lee. But it wasn't a particular routine that without its problems, was it?
No, it wasn't, no.
What happened?
In the routine, I had to flick the umbrella and catch it again and carry on. But this one particular time, I flipped the umbrella and somebody opened the stage door and there was a gust of wind and the umbrella went straight out.
Where did it land?
And it landed on the drummer's head, who very professionally carried on drumming.
Never missed a beat.
Never missed a beat.
He probably didn't know it even happened.
No, that's right.
Drummers are like
totally
that.
oblivious to it.
Good stuff. Michael Fish, Singing in the Rain, one of your favourites?
Well, it might be, yes. Stormy weather, too, perhaps. I'm going to have a new one, I think, in light of what's in the news at the moment. Here comes that hurricane again.
Annie.
Thanks. David, tell me, looking at our celebs, any potential, any of them, starting from scratch, if you needed to turn them into pop stars?
Well, you know, the only person whose voice I actually know up here would be Will Mellor, having worked with him on Celebrity Fame Academy. But, you know, there is somebody up here who I think I'd really like to get hold of, somebody with TV savvy who I think has, you know, a lot of presence. And that would be Nikki Chapman. You know, Nikki doesn't think that she's got what it takes, but I think that, you know, yeah, we could do something with Nikki.
I thought you were going to say David Mellor.
That's why... Gina, baby, that's why it wasn't you. Yeah, I know.
Now, David, perhaps not everyone knows this, but you were a bit of a pop star yourself, weren't you?
Well...
No, well, don't be modest. Let's remind everybody. Do you feel he could have benefited from further tuition?
I loved that song, actually. I remember taping that off the radio when I was little. I used to make my dad tape. I know it's illegal, I don't do it now. God, check out the dentists.
Anyway, just to keep the balance on this, we've got a clip of you performing, too.
Oh, good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
You enjoy seeing that again? What did you think of her, David?
I thought she looked great in there. Yeah, you know. Very, very nice. I'd like to meet that singer, actually. Oh, it's you.
It's definitely live.
I love the fact that she looks so embarrassed as well.
I'm quite shy. Anyway, moving on.
OK, we'll move on to Philip.
Move
He's
on
got
to,
the personal trainers who have wonderful legs. One of them showed me his legs before.
Well, Matt here, and you did have a sort of stage career before you became a personal trainer, didn't you, Matt?
Very, very short-lived, for a good reason. My university were asked to supply a team of full Monty strippers for an inter-university challenge. Went great, rehearsed for a long time. We had the routine down to an art. The guys knew it. Unfortunately, one person didn't know the routine too well, and that was the lighting guy. We came down, the hat came over the groin, we ripped off the trousers, the hat went away, the boxer shorts were on, the hat comes back down again, we rip off the boxer shorts, the hat goes back up again. It's still there, we come down for the thong, we rip the thong off, and as the hat comes away, the lights go down. But
they didn't.
So instead of having 1,000 screaming women, we tended to have about 1,000 laughing women.
They laughed at you, mate. They laughed
we
at
put
you.
that to a group effort, not me personally. I'm not going to take it personally.
It's never good when women laugh at you if you're standing there in the nude, though,
It wasn't the greatest thing. So the hats came down and off we went. Pretty smart.
Wander over here quickly. We've got a chap here who's Dave Hurrell. Now, Dave, we think that you've been performing the longest of all our Elvis impersonators. Is that right?
Yes, 45 years.
45 years.
Yeah.
Longer. Which actually works out...
Longer than Elvis ever actually did himself.
Longer than Elvis himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Well done to you, mate. And special mention, we think, just very, very quickly, is the one piece of hair here that looks most like Spit the Dog. There we go. Fantastic.
You can't actually insult an Elvis impersonator. On to section 3 of the test. Yes, indeed, some bits and pieces to give you a chance to sample different kinds of music, beginning with 6 questions relating to days of the week. 15 seconds to answer each. Question 33. Where were the Drifters on a Saturday night? At the car wash, at the hop, at the pub, or at the movies? Question 34. According to The Cure's hit song, Friday I'm what? In debt, in love, in heaven, or in Slough? Question 35. Which gem did the Rolling Stones sing about on Tuesday? Diamond, sapphire, emerald, or ruby? Question 36. David Bowie's 1999 album Hours opens with a track called Thursday's what? Gone, Child, Tears, or The Day After Wednesday? Question 37. On which day will the Easy Beats have Friday on their mind? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday? And question 38. Shaun Ryder was the lead singer of which Manchester band? Sad Sundays, Happy Mondays, Stormy Tuesdays, or Wet Wednesdays? Music questions coming up. Dentists, you okay? No, I don't think they're so cheery now. 15 seconds each. Question 39. Who is Norah Jones's father? Is it Quincy Jones, Ravi Shankar, Willie Nelson, or Donovan? Yeah. Question 40. What were the original words to the Happy Birthday tune? Good morning to all, bon anniversaire, keep smiling my friend, squash tomatoes and stew. Question 41. Classical legend Yehudi Menuhin and jazz star Stefan Grappelli both played the same instrument. What was it? Trumpet, piano, violin, or recorder? Question 42. What sort of club is the Buena Vista? Is it a dance, social, gentleman's, or chess? Question 43. Who first won the Eurovision Song Contest for the UK? Cliff Richard, Lulu, Sandy Shaw, or Olivia Newton-John? We're now more than halfway through the test. Everyone in the studio, as you can hear, is singing along, tapping their toes, and I hope the same is happening at home. Here's the number for those texting. Remember, we're expecting 11 letters this time, and you text them to this number now, 07797 808 700. Philip.
Catherine Smith is a barmaid. She's from Cheshire. Catherine, what particular songs do you find bring back memories?
All the Take That songs.
Why would that be?
Because I was working for a hotel and I was delivering bags to the rooms of Take That, and I knocked on all the rooms, the 5 rooms, and they opened the door with their towels on.
Every single one?
Every one of them, yes.
They were all having a synchronised shower at the same time?
Not quite, but they were quite small towels.
Were you tempted to go in any of the rooms?
It was tempting, but...
But you decided not to?
I thought I'd keep my job, yeah.
Right, we've got your score, actually. What was Catherine's score? 38 out of 43. Oh. Very good. Well done, you. Annie.
Thank you. Nikki, you're used to looking after bands. Is that the sort of story is likely to be true?
I think that was their party trick, because I actually worked with Take That, and if they had a good-looking girl coming around, they used to take off their clothes really quickly, but they're actually nice boys, weren't they? They were good boys.
Lauren, do you think just by looking at someone you can tell what sort of music they'd like?
Yeah, I think you often can. I think you can get a general idea. Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed that the barmaids would have done well there. Do you know what I mean? They all look like they're in their pop. I would have gone to Take That with you as well, definitely.
OK, what sort of music do I like?
Well, I would think that you would quite suit thrash metal quite well, Anne. I think there's a steely element to your character, and that would work quite well.
Oh.
But maybe some Simon and Garfunkel when you're just relaxing.
Oh, you just got me down as an oldie. How about Philip?
Well, I happen to know that Philip's got a penchant for Downtown Lady. The lady
Petula Clark.
Petula Clark, because I bought the 88 remix when
I got her back in the charts.
You did, yes, I helped.
Oh, yes.
I helped Philip, I bought the record.
OK, this is always a great question. Shirley, what was the first record, what was the first song that you bought?
Well, the first record I remember getting was Mull of Kintyre. Of course, I'm Scottish, and it's one of those songs, isn't it, that you remember all the words, and it's really annoying.
Michael, how about you?
It was a long, long time ago. I think it was about the first record that had ever been on plastic vinyl. It was a Lonnie Donegan one.
OK. Will?
What? Oh, same question. All right.
Forget it, we'll do it later.
All right.
Section 4 now. OK, some music to jog your memory. First, we're going to show you a montage of big music happenings, then I'll ask you some questions. Take a look at this. Seconds per question. Question 44. Live Aid was the biggest event to raise money for famine relief in Africa. Who was the main force behind it? Paul McCartney, Freddie Mercury, Elton John or Bob Geldof? Question 45. The two main concerts took place on the same day in the US and UK. Which artists performed at both? David Bowie, George Michael, Phil Collins or Paul Young? Question 46. In the Three Tenors concert associated with the 1990 World Cup, Pavarotti sang Nessun Dorma. From which opera is it? Carmen, La Traviata, Turandot or Tosca? Question 47. The Glastonbury Festival started in 1970. What was it originally called? Glastonbury Tour Fair, Midsummer Solstice, Somerset Lovin' or Pilton Festival? Question 48. Bjork was one of the highlights of the Olympic 2004 opening ceremony. Which song did she perform? Earth Song, Oceana, Venus as a Boy or Song for Athene? And next, some questions about the music charts. 4 questions, 15 seconds per question. Question 49. Which song has topped the charts with 4 different acts? My Way, Unchained Melody, Yesterday or Mambo No. 5? Question 50. Which performer has had the most hit singles in the UK? Cliff Richard, Paul McCartney, Sting or Rod Stewart? Question 51. Which of the following sang the first ever UK #1? Al Martino, Bing Crosby, Frankie Lane or Vera Lynn? Question 52. Only one of these artists has had a UK #1 single. Which one? Tina Turner, Nat King Cole, Will Smith or Janet Jackson? That's the end of the 4th section. Those doing the test on their mobiles, here's the number. You should be texting this time 9 letters, and you text to 07797 808 800. Philip.
Pat and Debbie Hamilton are barmaids from London, and you are massive Elvis fans.
That's right. We are.
I just want you to do me a favour. Would you pick out for us which one of the Elvis impersonators do you think looks most like the King himself?
Well,
have a look over there, eye them
it's
up.
difficult. I say front row.
Front row?
The chap in the gold lame jacket.
Gold lame front row!
Yeah.
You,
Yes,
sir!
you.
Stand up and take a bow! Excellent! Well done. Ami.
Shirley, is there a big musical event you've been to?
Well, I once went to a U2 concert with an ex-boyfriend, and I fainted after the first track. And
dear.
yeah, it didn't last long after that, that's for sure.
Are you still a U2 fan?
Of course.
Now, Nikki, at concerts, you're on the other side of the track. Do groups really make the outrageous demands that we hear about?
Some of them do. I mean, I worked with Prince, and he had a huge rider. We had to have chefs, you know, drivers, they had all the food. He wasn't allowed to eat anything we brought in. It had to be prepared by his own chef. And then you get other people like David Bowie, he had a rider, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't get Lavazza coffee at Elstree for him when we were doing Top of the Pops. And he was fine and just drank the normal coffee and was so pleasant. And Spice Girls, they had sort of fruit, water and chocolate,
Well,
which
they
I
don't
loved.
eat anything, do they?
They had
They're always on
chocolate.
diet. Oh, did they have chocolate? Because they were fatter then.
But they don't normally. They don't normally have huge riders, no. Not the ones I work with, anyway.
Thanks, Nikki. Philip.
We're about to go to some questions about some big popular music legends. I want to talk to our experts about how good they've been at spotting stars in a moment. But first, let's look at what it takes to create a popular music act.
Welcome Dr. Jazz Club, bringing you all that's best in the world of jazz.
My baby's gone, she's gone, yeah. My baby's gone, she's gone, yeah. Gone away. She's gone, yeah. She's just gone away. Whoa. She's gone, yeah.
Take from the best, leave out the rest. A little from the east and a little from the west. You decide where and how you gonna sit. Cross-legged, bow-legged, that's getting jaggy with it.
Her eyes are green, just like a bee. Her legs are lean, and just between ourselves, I mean, to love the queen in the summertime.
Some missed talent there. David, you were a judge on Fame Academy. What criteria do you use to spot a star?
That they're different, that they've got something about them that's unique, that they've got something about them that makes you interested. You know, a lot of people, when you see them, they've got a great voice, they may look great, but they're just the same as someone else. And if you close their eyes and listen to them sing, there's nothing distinctive about them.
Can you create a star?
What you can do is you can create somebody who can have a hit. But if you're talking about a long-term star, somebody who's going to last for years and years, I don't think you can create that because they have to have charisma, and that's something that you can't teach.
It's all right for the sort of one-off, the big stars, but a band is a nightmare because you've got other people to rely on, haven't you? And what happens when a band splits up?
Well, it's difficult as well, Philip, because they're all normally drunk in rock and roll situations. I mean, you know, I think people sort of worry about bands splitting up too much, really. Sometimes it is, you know, the tension and the drama is really interesting. You know, stories like, you know, Brian May and Freddie Mercury had to have dressing rooms like a mile apart from each other when they played the stadiums because they argued so much. You know, that's interesting. But I think people have got to accept that bands aren't forever. You know what I mean? Unless you're the Rolling Stones. Then...
Or you're the scary one in the band who everyone's going to find out you're the one that can't do anything.
Yeah, well, that's the worst. I think that's called the drummer.
Oh, don't go mad for that. I don't want to offend drummers, no way. No, not a chance. Annie?
Gina, I always love Rennie Ancona taking off Victoria Beckham. Who do you take off?
I don't take off anybody. I did Britney once. And I'm trying to forget it.
Oh, what a pity. Was it not successful?
It wasn't, no. Hit me, baby, one more time. I'm trying to do the blonde...
Do you want to do a little bit of Britney?
No, I don't. I'm going to do the Darius version, all right? Hit me, baby, one more time.
OK. We've got to move on. We're on to the last part of the test.
You're simply the best.
Yes, simply the best, all about men and women who've become music legends, starting with 6 questions about divas. You have 15 seconds to answer each of these. Question 53. On which occasion did Kylie Minogue sing to some 4 billion viewers? The 2000 Olympics, the 2002 Football World Cup, the 2003 Rugby World Cup, or Live Aid? Question 54. Who is known as the Queen of Soul? Chaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, Roberta Flack, or Dionne Warwick? Question 55. What was Madonna's first UK #1 single? Holiday, Like a Virgin, Material Girl, or Into the Groove? Question 56. Maria Callas was a famous singer in which genre? Folk, opera, jazz, or blues? Question 57. From which song in the film The Return of the King did Annie Lennox win an Oscar this year? Into the West, Flaming Red Hair, Lament for Gandalf, or Coal Mountain? Question 58. Ella Fitzgerald's first hit record was a jazz version of what? Nursery rhyme, folk song, gospel hymn, or operatic aria? Now, some male legends. 6 questions again, 15 seconds per question. Question 59. What milestone did Elvis Presley reach in July this year? 70 years since his birth, 50 years since his first recording, 25 years since his death, or 80th UK Top 10 hit? Question 60. Prince wrote all these famous songs, but only one proved a hit for him. Which? Was it Nothing Compares to You, When Doves Cry, Manic Monday, or I Feel For You? Question 61. Complete the title of this Otis Redding single. Far, 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 far. Was it Far, So La-Ti-Do, Happy Song, or Sad Song? Question 62. What was John Lennon's first hit not with the Beatles? Give Peace a Chance, Instant Karma, Imagine, Happy Christmas, War is Over? Question 63. On which record did Frank Sinatra duet with his daughter Nancy? My Kind of Girl, Strangers in the Night, Something Stupid, or It's Nice to Go Travelling? Question 64. Which was Bob Marley and the Wailers' first top 10 hit? Jamming, No Woman, No Cry, Is This Love, or Satisfy My Soul? And finally, the last 6 questions of the music test. Our studio groups, you need to concentrate only for a few minutes longer. These questions are to see whether you can match old and new recordings of the same song. Watch the clip first, and then you have 15 seconds to answer the question. Question 65. All Saints reached #1 with their version of Under the Bridge. Who originally recorded it? Red Hot Chili Peppers, Foo Fighters, Nirvana, or Counting Crows? Question 66. Who wrote and originally sang I Will Always Love You, which was made famous by Whitney Houston? Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, or Willie Nelson? Question 67. Teenage Kicks was a hit for the Undertones. Who recently covered it? Busted, Jamie Cullum, Oasis, or The Strokes?
And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind
Question 68. Michael Andrews and Gary Jules reached #1 with Mad World, originally a debut hit for who? Aha, Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, or Spandau Ballet?
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy.
Question 69. Father and Son was originally written and recorded by Cat Stevens. Which boy band also had a hit with it? Westlife, Take That, Blue, or Boyzone? Yes, question 70. Knocking on Heaven's Door was Guns N' Roses' biggest hit. Who originally recorded it? Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, Chris Ray, or Dire Straits? And that's it, the end of the Test the Nation music test. Well done, everybody. Those texting, we need to give you the last phone number that you text to. It's 07797 808 900. You should get your scores pretty soon, but do be patient because it actually depends on how many people have taken part.
We've just heard that over 33,000 people have played online. You should get your scores very soon.
And we thought we couldn't have the Elvis impersonators and the dancers here and not let them show off their talents. So as a finale for part 1, we've asked them to come on down and perform for us.
You won't believe what you're about to see. Enjoy our Elvis impersonators and jiving Lindy Hoppers, and please don't forget we are back with all the answers and more fun right after the news.
See you in 25 minutes.
You ain't never gonna have me know crying all the time. You ain't never gonna have me know crying all the time. Well, you ain't never Colorado and you ain't no friend of mine. When I said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. When I said you was high class, well, that